Hey everybody, how we doing? This is the first haul I've had in a while because I've attempted not to buy anything. I just took down a total of it equated to about 23 short boxes. Got rid of those, getting money for a chunk of it. At the same time, I did a little bit of trade because again, this is stuff that I'm trying to keep in my collection at the same time. Why other stuff, like I said, I'm just getting rid of. Yeah, I'm just trying to put together what I think means something to me over what doesn't. Not doesn't mean, but you know what I mean. Don't mean as much to me as to keep it for the space. If I can buy it in a different kind of book, I do it that way faster than I will doing it this other way. So with that being said, I'm going to show you some of the stuff I picked up. And I apologize, I'm kind of looking through to see, kind of keep the theme together enough. I knew there was another one. All right. Now, as you can see, I picked up the Flintstones Christmas Party. That is my big book. He does have more, and I probably will buy more from him. These are beautiful. Again, whole book is not even in the shot, but it is a big book. I love those. That is something that, like I said, if you look, you got all the Hanna-Barbera characters in a giant sleigh with Santa Claus. So when you talk about Christmas covers, that is a Christmas cover. And that brings back all kinds of memories with everything in there. Now, I picked up this World's Finest, number 147. That is, again, just working on more of that run. 12 center, messing in the Silver Age with some of these. But again, anything, and my focus is Batman. Batman is in World's Finest pretty much through Brave and the Bold. So both of those are, the actual books I want. Yes, if I have books with those reprinted in them, I'll read them. But my focus is to actually get the paper ones while I can, the real copies. I picked up this World's Finest, number 161. I love these big ones like this, with the go-go checks on them too, and the 4 stories. Again, usually old stories are being told. As you can see, Batman does not have the yellow insignia around there, which they switched for, sort of like copyright stuff, so that they'd be able to use that as a symbol directly of Batman. And now, I picked up that one. I am a Darwin Cook fan. That was one of the ones I did look for when I was looking. I think I still have number 2 and might even have 3 or something like that. He only did the first couple. As you can see the little Darwin ones right there. I love his work, so I went ahead and grabbed that one to go with my Batman related stuff. Now, I may be done with Batman family. I've got to put them in to see, but I picked up number 1, which should have actually, again, I picked up a whole bunch a little while back. Number 5, and the last one, and I do believe it was the last one I needed, was number 15. And now that should give me all the Batman family. And yes, they went over and went into Detective Comics there for a little while too, as you would see. And I say that, let me show you. Trying to make sure I keep all my detectives together. Okay. I'll go to Detective next, because in this one's a good example of it. If you look here, and I believed I had this one. My CLZ said I didn't. I know other people have had issues with it, so I will find out if I do. Again, what I'm gonna do with mine, as I get rid of books, I'm getting rid of a whole bunch more. I got about 40 more short boxes I want to get rid of. As I get rid of these, I'm going to take and actually, I'm going to take and actually go back in, delete out stuff out of my CLZ, and re-enter it. I'm still grandfathered in, so I don't pay for anything. I've already paid long time ago, so I don't want to get rid of it. But I'm just going to go in and take out all the Batman family and re-enter them as I put them in order again, and make sure I do technically have them, and actually enter again how many I do have and see. And like old school, I'll probably put them on paper too, just to make sure as I get rid of stuff that I do have it. Now, picked up this beautiful detective one. This is number 445. Again, it's the 60-cent ones that they did that are 100 pagers. Again, you can't beat that. You got Roy Raymond, Elongated Man, Robin, Dr. Midnight, and Star Hawkins, all in one book. So there you go. You really don't need to buy anything else. Just buy the Giants. I mean, really. And here is 470. I think I have the other issue with Dr. Phosphorus in it, where he was taking him on. Your deadly touch will kill you. And then this beautiful one, this is number 406. It says Dr. Dark. I got to take a look at it, but it's number 406 of Detective. Now, look at that. That hatchet coming down, the weeping, looks like the Mother Mary there. You got him all shackled in. It looks like on, the pews of the church, and then that big axe swinging down to chop him in half. That's, like I said, now we're going back into that Silver Age kind of time period, where we're, right at the end of silver, beginning of bronze. Now I got that beautiful one. And again, this is number 444. Again, I remember the one where it actually shows Batman shooting her, and then Commissioner Gordon shooting him. Now it could be 445, the next one, or whichever one I have already. So, but again, you get Star Hawkins, Elongated Man, Robin, Kid Eternity this time, and Roy Raymond. The Roy Raymond character interests me. I'm trying to figure out, he's the only one I don't remember that I've got to go back and look through my DC Who's Who to figure out who he really was. I also picked up this one, big anniversary issue celebrating 500. So again, like I said, I'm just putting together certain ones as I need them as I go. And then last, I did pick up this 30-cent Batman. Again, this is number 286. I mean, you got a penguin riding a pterodactyl shooting at Batman over a city. And that itself, it looks like it's actually Mike Grell that did the actual cover, so it's pretty cool. Again, just beautiful book. Now, I've got Superman I picked up, number 279, with a little Batgirl in it. It kind of looked like one I had, but then I didn't really look real quick. I was trying to get a few books to match out for what I needed. I picked up this one, number 6 of Shazam. It is one of the ones I need for that series. Again, this Shazam series, even though it's got a little coloring on it and stuff, it means something to me because I grew up watching the Shazam TV show, and they made references to it in the beginning about watching it and stuff, and it reminds me of it all the time. So, also completed this today. Picked up this very beautiful copy of the Captain Action. Again, Captain Action ran five books. I now have all 5 that I believe. I believe now I've completed all 5. So that should have completed that series for me. And if you know, Captain Action was a toy line. With Action Boy, they did the whole thing where he would actually switch and look like other people and stuff. So if you go in and look at all the Captain Action stuff, you'll see that. And that's my reasoning for really with this is it is a toy crossover with all the other stuff too. So it was something I definitely wanted to complete. Now, the rest is animated, cartoon related type stuff. Now this one is less about it being quote cartoon as it is about it being the motion picture for Masters of the Universe, He-Man. This is a really nice high-end copy of this, so I really like the idea of it. Again, they still gave him his typical costume that He-Man wore, even though he did not wear that in the movie. And then they kind of worked with the rest of the characters to try to make sure it still made sense for your crossover. Now, I've seen a bunch of these. I'm not picking them all up yet because they're nice and high grade for it. Here is from 1972, Popeye. He is doing the construction careers. So I thought that was a cool looking one. The bright yellow with it, the way the clouds look. Him standing out there on the beam, Pluto in the background. It's a great cover for that. As well as this one. This is Hospitality and Recreational Careers. And again, I am trying to build out that entire King run of all of those until I get a complete set of them. And he did have a pretty good amount of them. Now this one, if you are a Hulk fan, you would be excited about this cover. And if you are a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, you will get excited about that cover. As you look, they did the exact same thing they did with the Hulk picking up the number. And again, got the Donatello doing it. You actually have, it's 1492. So I don't know if that's because they're going back in time to 1492 when Columbus sailed the ocean blue, or whether they're just using that for something else. So we will see. And then these two, I picked up. This is part of the regular series of Mask. They did a mini series of 4, then the regular series. This is part of the ongoing, quote, ongoing series. This is number 3. And this is number 5. And then another one I picked up, and I just happened to ask him this, and he said he had it over on, the wall, and it was ended up being Laugh Olympics number 4. And again, that's another of those series I'm going after, and I needed it. I believe this 20 is actually written on there. It does say about writing on cover, but that would be fine with me. It's written in a perfect spot that it's really not an inconvenience in the whole look of it. You still see all of the characters very well The color is still really good. I don't think I'm going to mess with trying to get it off or do anything to it, because that red could bleed all into that cover. And the last thing I want to have happen is to turn that into a red dye, cover without intentionally doing it. Now I picked up 2 hardcover books. Well, one hard, one a little bit soft. And this is just some good stuff. So Graphic Man should really like this one. If you look, again, it is Donald Duck, The Ghost Sheriff of Last Gap by Carl Barks. It is it is hardcover. It originally was like a $30 book that I bought for $10. So yes, that is a sweet one that way. And this one I bought again because I'm putting together stuff like this that I can read this way. And that is my Justice League one. This is called The Last Survivor of Earth. Again, I do remember the one where he comes in with Flash. Batman's got him. So again, it just becomes part of my Justice League collection, along with my Batman. So that is it. That is everything I picked up. It's all the books that I got. Again, he's going through a lot of my stuff. I'll find out. I'm looking again to take 20 more probably the next week to him. I'm going to try to get 20 ready to go. And then, like I said, I'm trying to cut all the way back to just the stuff I want. Nothing else. And I'll leave you with this one. My daughter picked that up. It basically is Radioactive Man. Bart Simpson's favorite comic. And yes, the numbers are wrong because it's 216. It's not really 216, but that's what it is. So I think it's funny. All right. So tell me what you like. What you see you thought was cool. I appreciate everybody that watches, who follows, who gives me a thumbs up, who makes all the comments. Appreciate all of y'all. And I will talk to y'all later. Have a great Monday.